You're going to build your author brand without using Amazon KDP. And here's how to do it step by step. In 2014, I started promoting a daily devotional that I worked really hard on. It was called The 85 Inspirational Prayers for Powerful Women of Faith. Now, I thought this daily devotional was everything a woman of Christ needed to deepen her relationship with Christ. I mean, it was beautifully designed. They were short little devotionals. They had Bible studies to meditate on. I thought I had something great. But when I started promoting it, I was promoting it in Google Plus groups that were organized around daily devotionals for women. So I had the audience right there, and then I had this great daily devotional. I was promoting it constantly and got 0 sales. And I didn't understand what was happening. I'm like, this is a great devotional. This is beautiful. I love it. Why aren't people buying it? So one day I was on Periscope and there was this guy who called himself this successful business coach. And he said he would be willing to take a coaching call for $100. So I paid the $100 and I jumped on a live with him. And he took one look at my brand. I'll never forget this. He took one look and he said, "You have no brand identity. That's why people aren't buying." And I was like, what do you mean I have no brand identity? These are daily devotionals and I'm promoting them to women who read daily devotionals. And he said something to me that completely changed the way I approach my business online. He said, people don't just buy books, they buy products from people that they know, like, and trust. And because you have no brand, people don't know who you are. They don't know who wrote this devotional. They don't know the story behind it. So they're not taking their money out and giving it to a complete stranger. He said, you need to establish a brand. So I began this journey of understanding what a brand is. And as a result, Godly Girl was born. Godly Girl became this brand identity that I could use in order to not only write books, but also promote them to people who know, like, and trust that brand identity online. And praise God, it worked. People began associating Godly Girl with daily devotionals that helped them live their God-given purpose. And now people were recommending my books to their friends who needed help with purpose. I was getting phone calls from people saying, hey, my kid needs help with finding their purpose. Hey, my coworker needs help with finding their purpose. And the brand began to sell for me online. You may have noticed this around you too, right? Starbucks doesn't really need to go and tell people, hey, we sell premium coffee. No, if you want premium coffee, you know to go to Starbucks. Netflix doesn't really need to go and tell people that, hey, we have movies that you can stream. No, if you want to stream movies, you're going to go to Netflix. The brand sells itself. And so you as an author want to build the exact same thing because it differentiates you from all the other authors in your market, and it allows you to be able to build that know, like, and trust factor with customers so you don't have to constantly be trying to push your stuff on strangers. Instead, you let the brand speak for you. So you can do the same exact thing as an author. Follow these 3 steps and establish your brand identity online. So step number 1 is to create your brand style guide. Create your brand style guide. A brand style guide is basically how you're going to be recognized online. Think about somebody if they're standing in a crowd. How do you recognize that you know that person? Well, it's the way they look. It's the way they speak. It's their enthusiasm. It's what they're all about. That's how you know somebody in a crowd of strangers. It's the same with your brand online. We got to give this a physical look. We got to give this a tone, a mood, so people can recognize that brand online. For a brand as an author, you're going to do this with, number 1, your elevator pitch. That's the most important part. Number 2, your logo. Number 3, your brand colors. And number 4, your brand fonts. I know that a lot of people will change their brands, do rebrands all the time, but I'm going to recommend that when you establish your brand, you stick to it. Because if McDonald's was constantly changing their colors and changing their logo, we might drive past them on the street because we don't recognize who they are. So I have wanted to rebrand Godly Girl 1,000 times, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I stick with it because it's an established brand identity online. Creating an author brand today is so easy, especially if you've already written books. So go to canva.com, on the home screen, select templates and type in brand style guide. Now hit enter, scroll down, and they have a bunch of templates. Look at this, a bunch of templates that you can use for your brand style guide. You don't even have to, like when I was coming up, I had to make this from scratch. Now with Canva, you just choose one of these and you can modify it. So this one's kind of pretty, but I'm just gonna go for the simple one, which is up here. I'll click this one and then I'll click customize this template. And so what I usually do is I just upload my books. So you guys know I'm launching a low spice Christian romance novel product line in my business. And I've written a couple of years ago, actually. I've already written a few. So what I can do is just go ahead and upload the covers Usually, if you've already been writing books, you already have a style that you've naturally created. Maybe it's not completely defined yet, and that's what you'll do with this. But usually, you have something that you've already just naturally been creating because all of us kind of like gravitate towards the same fonts and colors and things like that. So I'll just call this Stephanie Rodness because that is the author brand. Was thinking about using a pen name. I still might use a pen name. And then it's going to be God That Would Grow Books because I'm publishing all of them on my app. And so for these colors, now I can, since I uploaded these, I can just source these directly from my books. How cool is that? I don't even have to guess. Back in the day, I had to guess. And what that does also is it gives you the exact color code. So make sure you have your exact color codes. And that way, if you ever hire somebody or when you are designing your own stuff, you know the exact colors to use. Those color codes have to be on our brand style guide. If you don't have the color codes, then you're going to always have variations of the color instead of the exact color. So just always make sure that you have that exact color. Okay, copy and paste. And for fonts, just for the sake of time, we'll just use Poppins. And that's it. That's my brand style guide. This is a very quick demo. Okay, there's a lot more that can go into this. Like I said, it's fonts, it's colors, it's your elevator pitch, which we'll talk about when we build the website. It's your mood, it's your voice. So I specifically write low spice Christian romance. So every single one of my books is going to be some perspective of a Christian woman falling in love. So that's kind of like my brand voice. So just kind of think about those things and create your brand style guide. Now, if you have not yet written a book, you're like, oh, I don't have anything to go off of. Make sure you get into the God That Would Grow Faith-Based Author School. I teach you how to write and self-publish your own books in 31 days or less. You'll get access to the 31-day Write Your Book Bootcamp. And in this course, you literally learn how to write your own book step by step. It's really cool. I have all the videos already recorded. There are demonstrations, there are templates, there are guides. So to get started, just go to christianauthorschool.com. That's christianauthorschool.com. Step number 2 for building your author brand without Amazon KDP is to build your digital home for your brand. Build your digital home for your brand. This is the part that I think a lot of people skip. Even though we have created this brand style guide, we need a place for people to actually be able to see it. And this is your digital home, AKA your website. Never, and I mean never, should you build your digital house on somebody else's land. If you build your brand identity on Instagram or on TikTok or on Amazon, your brand identity, your house, you can be evicted because we don't own that asset. So build your house on your own land. And we do this by building our own website. When you own your digital home, when you own your website, you are able to control not only what goes inside of your home, so what people see when they go to your website, but also you're able to control how long that website stays there, who's able to visit it, how long they're able to visit it. There's no algorithm choosing whether or not somebody will see your account. I really want you to build your own website, and that's why I am so excited to announce that this video is sponsored by Hostiner. Hostiner is doing an incredible New Year sale. It's their Turn One Day into Day One campaign. You can use their AI website builder to launch your author website in literally minutes, like literally, it's minutes. And this massive discount is insane. So go to hostiner.com/godthewoodgirl, choose the business website builder, and just click choose plan. And you'll see that you can get a 48-month plan for just $2.99 per month. And look at this. Go click here where it says have a discount code. Go type in God the Wood Girl, click apply. And baby, they gave you 10% off that entire hosting plan. So once you are all signed up, go ahead and click continue. After you fill in all your information, you'll be taken to this page. And this is where we're going to put in our elevator pitch. So your brand name. So I'll call this God the Wood Girl. Actually, I'll call this Stephanie Rodness because this is just the low spice Christian romance. And in the description, you're going to put your elevator pitch. Your brand elevator pitch is what you do. So I write low spice Christian romance that teach women of Christ how to build a business while falling in love at the same time. That's my elevator pitch. That's what I write. So then put in here your elevator pitch and then click create a website. You are going to see how quickly you can have a website for your author business. You do not have to spend hours, days, weeks, months building a website anymore. Just let the AI website builder do it for you at Hostiner. All right, so they gave me a brand template. I love this. If I don't like it, I can just click here, create again, create a website, and it'll generate it again for you. And you can go back versions. So if you find that there's a version that you liked, you can just go back to version history, which is right over here, and click it, and you can still have access to it. But this looks great to me, so I'll just hit continue. And now you're just going to modify your website. So Hostinger is what you see is what you get. So you click and edit, click and edit, click and edit. So over here, Stephanie Ronas, I love this. It's fine. But I'm just going to go over to text and I'm going to change this to my brand color and I'm going to change this to my brand text. That's why we want to make sure that we choose this stuff in advance. So mine is here and I'm going to get my brand color from my brand board. So maybe I'll just do this blue up here. Right here, logo color, and put that here. And just like that. Isn't that beautiful? So for my menu, I don't need the about, I don't need the blog. So on the left here, I'll go to pages and I'll just delete blog. I'll delete about. And you just keep modifying this. Like I said, what you see is what you get. So on this home page, I'll click edit section. I'll click it on video, replace video, and I'll just put woman reading novel. So I'll choose this one. I'll click select item. And now we have this here, love, faith, and business guide women crush simple dreams while falling in love. I love that so much. I'm going to delete this button here. I don't need it. I'm going to move this one here. Like I said, Hostinger is what you see is what you get. So you just click and edit, click and edit, click and edit. It's awesome. I'm going to go to style for fill color. I want my blue. And for border, same thing. And I actually want to go ahead and add my books. So I'm going to delete this section because I don't need it. But I want to actually add my books here. Let me just move this up. Oh, that looks so good. Now for me, my books are not out yet. So I want to add my books to the homepage, but as a coming soon because my books aren't out yet. So I'll just click here, add section. And on the left here, you can go to images and then grab whichever one that you like. I love this because my books are vertical. And I can just click edit image, replace image, and then I'll upload my book covers. If you're like me and you have 4 books, not just 3, I can go ahead and scale this like that. So like I said, Hostinger is what you see is what you get. So you can literally modify this however you want to. And this one, just click edit image, replace, and I will upload that last book cover. And you see here that this is the elevator, or not the elevator pitch, the newsletter. So what I'll do here is I'm actually going to move these down. And over here on elements, I'm going to put text. And I'm going to say the first collection is coming soon. Beautiful. And that goes perfectly with this because now I can have them actually get on the wait list. Get on the waiting list. Enter your best email address below so you know when the first collection drops. And of course, we want this to be branded, so I'm going to change this to my brand colors. I can stick with this blue, or I can go with one of these other colors, which I have no issue with. So I'll click edit section, section color, pick a color, or I can just go ahead and grab the actual brand color from my brand board. Totally fine either way. I might go with this orange instead. Let me click this. Edit section. That blue seems so bright. Oh, so much prettier. I love it. And now I do want to keep the meet the author section, but you can always add this as well if you want to. So just click add section on the left about because this is our brand, right? This is our brand home. So we want to make sure we're telling people about us. So I'll just get rid of this section since we just added that. And then here, make sure you put your elevator pitch about the author. My name is Stephanie Rodnes, and I write low spice Christian romance that tell the stories of entrepreneurship, faith, and falling in love at the same time. If you love to read romance novels and learn about entrepreneurship at the same time, these novels are for you. Get on the waiting list to know when the first collection drops. I want to make sure that our brand font is in alignment to regular. And you can actually change your fonts over here as well. I can just change the whole thing just by making it here instead of me doing it individually. So that's like kind of like a hack to get it done faster. So I could do that. And then here, go ahead and upload a picture of yourself. So if you have a picture of yourself where you are holding your books up, that would be perfect. But if not, that's fine. Just pick any picture that you have of yourself. And whatever picture you choose is honestly fine. It just what I've seen happen for me is the less like studio-ish the picture looks, the better it tends to be for me. So that's why I like to use pictures that I take on my cell phone. It just tends to go over better. So I'll just put this here. And I don't need this. I don't have testimonials yet. And then for down here, I like to always have contact info. Always keep your opt-in form, and I'll probably just change this color to that branded color. Yeah, I'll just go with the orange. All right, so this is pretty branded and very beautiful. Maybe just over here, I'm gonna take down this opacity. So I'll hit save, preview. And this is my branded website. They know what I do, what I sell, what I offer, and I get to have one space for people to come and get to know my brand identity online. I don't need anybody, any other algorithm telling me who can see it, who cannot. And at the same time, I'm growing my brand here. So let me go back to editor. I can see right here that this went to one line or two lines. So I'm just gonna fix that. So I have like a one-page website where it is branded. It tells somebody exactly what I do. I'm actually going to get rid of that button there. I'm going to make all of this that orange color because I really like it. And that's so pretty. Oh, I love that. First collection is coming soon. Is that orange? I'm loving this orange color. Get on the waiting list, about the author. So probably just over here. Bold. I really like this orange color a lot. And then for this image, I'm actually going to change this to, and now this is just me being picky, okay? But yeah, that's it. That's how quickly you can get your own branded author website up and running. And what's really cool about this is immediately, so let me just hit preview. Immediately, I can have people come to the website, enter in their email address. Now I'm growing my audience based off a clear brand identity. So as soon as I start dropping books, people can recognize them because I've established a brand identity online. And you see how quick we did this. Just use AI, and Hostiner has an amazing AI website builder that'll get your website built in just a few minutes. So go to hostiner.com/godlywoodgirl. Use discount code godlywoodgirl at checkout to get 10% off your entire hosting plan. And then step number 3 for creating your author brand without using Amazon KDP, promote your digital home consistently with branded marketing content. Promote your digital home consistently with branded marketing content. This is the big one. Brands are built over time. Brands are built by people seeing the same brand style guide over and over again over time. That's how we don't need somebody to explain to us what Starbucks is. But when Starbucks first started, nobody knew what a Starbucks was. Like, what is that, star? A buck? A buck with a star? We didn't know. But now, everybody knows if I want premium coffee, I go to Starbucks. If I want a pink glazed donut, I go to Dunkin' Donuts. These are established brands because they have stayed consistent and repetitive through their content over time. It's the same for you. Here at God the Wood Girl, I write books that help authors be able to be profitable. Now, if I wrote a book tomorrow about how to train a dog to not pull you on a leash, you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. You're gonna say, "What? Why are you writing a book about training a dog?" Like, you'd be confused. It has nothing to do with my brand. Even though I may know how to do this, which I don't, even though I may have a passion for helping other pet owners do this, the God That Would Grow brand identity is associated with helping authors. So for me to go outside of that, I have not built that know, like, trust factor with you yet. So you have to be consistent with this brand style guide in your Instagram content, your YouTube videos, your podcast episodes, your email blasts, and specifically your digital home, your website. Be consistent with creating this content that drives people back to your digital home so that they can build know, like, and trust with you as an author. Creating content is one of the most fun things as a fiction romance novelist. Let me tell you something, okay? Because I've been preparing for my Instagram to launch. So I'm going to show you how I'm creating my content for Instagram. They're called carousel posts. On canva.com, just search carousel and find these carousel templates. So I just need something like this, like super, super blank, super, super simple. So I'm going to choose this one. And then I'm going to customize this. So I'm going to make my background white, and then my fonts will all be black. I'm going to do pop-ins because remember our brand identity, right? And the concept is you're just going to put one line on each post. So I'm going to get the entire little, this is from my novel Genesis Kyrie. This is all of it. So that's the first one. It's the first line. And then we just do this over and over again. Let's get rid of that. So I'll just have just those lines be it. And now what you would do is you export each of these and then you upload it to Instagram. And so the concept is that when somebody's on Instagram, they'll be able to scroll. So they read 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you have your call to action. Read the full novel, Godlywood Girl, books.com. And for branding, you can have your handle on each one with your brand color. Go back over here. I'm liking this orange color a lot, so I'll do that one. I'll just put on each one. Okay. And I would post this on Instagram, and these do really, really well. They're just carousel posts. That's all they are. And then you're going to add trending audio underneath it. And the goal is for people to go over to your website. So ideally, somebody would be this like, oh my gosh, I have to read that. And then go over to my store and be like, oh, let me get Genesis Kyrie or whatever the book is that I have available for sale. And there's lots of different ways to promote fiction on Instagram, on TikTok. It's really fun. So just go on the platform and do research. If you haven't watched my video on Instagram marketing, check that one out to see how you can do research for promoting your novels. If you need help building your website, watch my 3-day Build Your Author Website Challenge where I'll show you how to build your website within 3 days or less. Go to the link on the screen. And in the meantime, don't forget to watch this video for even more resources to help you step into your purpose as an indie author. I can't wait to see you there.